Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Fortitude Fix. I hope you're well. My name is DaShanna, and in today's video I am bringing to you my 36-week pregnancy update. So if you're interested in hearing everything that happened during week 36, I can't believe I'm saying that, 36 weeks already. But yeah, if you're interested in hearing everything that's gone down this week, go ahead and just keep on watching. So if you are new here, welcome. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. I am documenting my entire pregnancy journey. I started at the very beginning, and look where we are now. We are having so much fun over here, and I am this close, like this close to reaching my 1,000 subscriber goal. I would love it if you would join the fam and just become a part of this amazing community that I am building over here. I would love to have you. So go ahead and click subscribe. So again, I am pregnant, 36 weeks with our first baby. We are having a baby girl, and she is due in September, so we are right around the corner. And I do have sickle cell disease, type SC hemoglobin, so I've been documenting and sharing a little bit about that and how being pregnant with sickle cell has been for me also, because I felt we really didn't have that much for the community here on YouTube, so I wanted to add my perspective. If you're new to these videos, I post these videos every week, so every single Saturday there will be a pregnancy update video, obviously until baby girl arrives, and then I'll probably switch it up a little bit, but don't worry, I'll let you know. So I'm going to follow the exact same format that I've always done with these videos. I'm going to start off by talking about baby stats and figures. I'm going to then go into me and what's been going on with me and how I've been feeling this past week, and then I will talk about any baby prep that's happened, and then at the end of the video I will share bump shot. So make sure to watch the entire video, not just to see the belly bump, but as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm giving you yet another name clue. This is a baby name clue number 4. It will be sprinkled in at some point throughout this video, so make sure to watch the entire thing. All right, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. You all know that I use 2 different apps, so I use my Pregnancy Plus, and then I also use What to Expect. So I'm gonna travel over to Pregnancy Plus, and it says your baby is 19.13 inches and about 6.3 pounds. Your baby will weigh about 6 or 6.5 pounds this week. The lungs are fully developed at this point, so that means that baby is able to breathe on her own if she were to arrive now. Babies are usually head down at this point, but they can drop right up until the time of birth. Let's go ahead and see what my Pregnancy Plus app is telling me that the size comparison is. So I do size comparisons by suites. And so week 36 through week 39, Pregnancy Plus says that baby is the size of a wedding cake. And as you all know, wedding cakes vary, but this one is like a 3-tier smallish type wedding cake. So I'll go ahead and show you. That's kind of funny. So sure, take that with a grain of salt. Is that a full wedding cake? Although, when you see this bump, you might think that it is a full wedding cake in here. What to Expect app I use for size comparisons only because of the 80s to 90s nostalgia. So in week 36, baby is the size of a Tickle Me Elmo. There you go. That's adorable. Let's go ahead and get into what I've been going through this past week. So I want to start off by just talking about the amount of pelvic pressure that I am feeling this week. I can't say that I've ever felt this feeling before, but every time I get up to walk somewhere, whenever I'm going upstairs, whenever I'm taking steps, it's just a lot of pressure. So that's definitely something that's going on this week. Let's see. So I'm having a little bit less heartburn. It's still there, but it's not as bad as it has been in previous weeks. So that's really good. I officially stopped taking baby aspirin. So if you remember in, let's see, one of my previous updates, very, very early on, probably the first trimester updates, I talked about how my doctor said that it would be good that I started baby aspirin to lower my risk of preeclampsia. So that was, I think I started that around 8 or 9 weeks or so, and then it was all the way to 36 weeks. So since I hit 36 weeks, I stopped taking the baby aspirin, but I am taking a little bit of iron now. So I'm taking an iron pill, and it's not that I'm iron deficient or that my iron levels are low at all. It's just, think of like a bank account. The more money you have in the bank account, when you make a withdrawal, your ending balance is still a lot higher than it would be if you didn't have any money, or if you had less money and made that same amount of a withdrawal, right? So it's easier to have more. And then if my iron levels were to dip during these last couple of weeks of pregnancy or during labor and delivery, it's deducting from a larger balance as opposed to a smaller balance, putting me at an even smaller or even negative balance. So if that makes sense, that's why we decided to go ahead and start with that just up until baby arrives. Key little tip, I asked my doctor to write me a prescription, although it is over the counter. I asked for a prescription so that I could use my FSA account, meaning I could use the money from my flex spending account. I wouldn't have to come out of pocket myself, but just use that money that is already there for times like this. I am starting to notice stretch marks. I think I mentioned this last week. My husband mentioned it, and he was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. But no, I definitely see the stretch marks. They are coming more on the underside of my belly. So the very, very lower portion, I see them. I do see at the very top, my skin stretching. It's not super discolored or dark or anything, but I see a change in like skin tone and texture right there. So it is a stretch mark on top, and then I see kind of on the sides down below. Speaking of skin tone and texture, this week I've also noticed just like weird dark patches, and I don't know if you all have noticed this or can see it, or if it's just like me seeing things, but I feel like on my neck. I've also seen it kind of on my face when I don't have makeup on, and like on my thighs where my thighs kind of connect to my torso and everything. Like I can see it's just darker there for some reason. So I'm definitely seeing some skin discoloration this week. My belly, I just want to talk about this for a little bit. My belly does some interesting things. So I was talking to somebody who was watching one of my videos last week, and they were asking me like, do you notice that like your belly changes shape? Like sometimes it's not like the same after you eat. So they asked if I could take a picture before and after I ate to see what my belly looked like. So I did that. However, my belly didn't look any different. For me, it's not necessarily before or after I eat. It's the time of day. So like earlier in the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, my belly is pretty round. It's very large, which you'll see. Stay tuned here in just a moment. However, later in the evening, it looks very boxy, like very, like instead of a nice round look, it looks kind of square. So anyway, I did take some pictures. I'm gonna insert them here. Please be nice in the comments. So I'm just gonna show a picture from earlier in the day and then later on in that same day, not necessarily having to do with when I've eaten or not, but just what the belly looks like at different points of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert those pictures right now. Yeah, so that's the thing. And had our 36-week prenatal appointment, and I was able to go. I was able to record. They did a little bit of an ultrasound. It wasn't much. It was just to see baby's position. So baby is head down, y'all. I think I told you last week, I was like, I hope she turns, you know. She did, and she is head down. She's in a perfect vertex presentation, and I'm so happy about it. I just hope she stays that way and doesn't move. I can honestly tell you probably to the day that she moved. Like I felt it. But anyways, she's head down, and I'm so happy about it. She's also 6 pounds 5 ounces already at 36 weeks. And I personally have only gained 18 pounds this pregnancy for my BMI, which I roll my eyes at BMI charts, but I was given a very specific window of weight that I was allowed to gain, and I am perfectly within that window. So it's been an 18 pound weight gain for me this entire pregnancy, which is within that range that they gave me, so I'm happy about that. Everything is going very, very well. I had my group B strep test as well, so they tested me for group B strep, and basically that's just a thing that some people have and some people don't, but they want to test and see if you do or if you don't before you have a baby, because it could be passed from pregnant person to baby during childbirth. So most of the times you'll get tested for that around 36 weeks or so. So I tested negative for group B strep, so I will not have to have any antibiotics during my labor and delivery process. So if you were to test positive, or if you weren't able to get your test for group B strep before you went into labor, they would give you antibiotics throughout the entire labor and delivery process until baby arrives. And so the antibiotic that she told me that they would have used was penicillin, and so I don't have to worry about that in this pregnancy. So I am very happy about that. If for whatever reason you did test positive for group B strep, no worries, a lot of people do, but just look into the antibiotic, look at your research so that you're just more aware and educated. Oh, and one more thing. I can't believe I almost forgot this before we go into the baby name clue. I don't know, but I think I felt my first Braxton Hicks contraction. It lasted about like 10 to 15 seconds. It caused me to pause. Like, it wasn't super painful, but it was like, whoa, like that's different. And it was a tightening that I felt on the lower, my right side of my uterus, and it again just ended after about 10-15 seconds. And I told my husband about it, tried not to freak him out, but it hasn't happened since then. So again, I don't know if it's just like this one-off like cramp that I had, or if it was actually a Braxton Hicks contraction, but it was definitely something that I noticed that I couldn't just brush off, and that I mean I was able to move and talk and walk through it, but it was still just like, that was a little intense. I've never felt anything like that before, so that was interesting. Okay, so here we are. Time for baby name clue. So the fourth baby name clue that I will share with you is that her first name has 4 letters. Her very first name has 4 letters. So you all know the drill. Make sure to watch previous videos so that you can catch up on those clues, and then leave your guess down below. So I've already given you a hint on her name in a previous video, but here we are, and there's 4 letters. So go ahead and let me know what your guess is down below. Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of baby prep that's happened. So we have utilized our 15% registry completion coupons, so that was fun. Ordered some last minute baby items and they came in. So one of them arrived, I want to say today maybe, I don't know, but it came in, and it's the Mamaroo. I know everyone kind of has their thoughts about the Mamaroo, and from what I've heard, either your baby loves it or hates it, and sometimes it really is dependent upon like how much you try and how old the baby is. So we decided to get it. We had a ton of gift cards and the registry completion coupon, so we wanted to give it a try. And even if this baby doesn't like it, maybe our next baby will, or maybe she'll love it from the jump and it'll be well worth it. So we just want to try that out, but we didn't have like a bouncer that moved for her, so we wanted to just go ahead and give it a try. We also have been putting things up on the wall finally. So there were some pieces that we needed to wait on, like to come in from ordering. So her name sign came in, so we hung that up on the wall, which was really fun. I'm extremely meticulous, and the funny thing is that we don't have the measuring things, like the measuring accoutrement to put things on the wall. So I'm sitting here using like a 12-inch ruler and pencil like marks on the wall, and use our phone as like a leveler. It's really hilarious. So anyway, husband, if you are watching, thank you so much for putting up with me, but I think we got it as straight as possible for not having all the equipment to hang things. And yeah, there's a couple more things we want to do in here, get things straightened up, and yeah, then we will have the nursery tour video for you. So that brings us to the end of this pregnancy update. I hope you loved it. I'm gonna go ahead and stand up and show you a nice belly shot, and then I will be right back to end the video. Whew. This is where I see the stretch marks, y'all. And then like one on top. Whew. All right, there she is in all of her 6 pounds, 5 ounce glory. I'm just super excited to meet her. I feel her, my husband feels her, and we're just building this bond, and I'm just so ready to see her face. So ready to see her face. So it's gonna be a good time, and yeah, make sure you're subscribed. There's so much more on the way. I can't even begin to describe to you the fun that we're gonna have when she gets here and all the fun little videos that I already have planned. So yeah, you don't want to miss any of that. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I am almost to my 1,000 subscriber goal, and I wouldn't have gotten here without you. So thank you all so much. I will see you right back here in my next video, and remember to always fill your cup. Bye.